So I'm back once again to be mean to your Fursonas. You guys are really a bunch of weirdos because you just can't seem to get enough of these roasting videos, you little freaks. Anyways, you know the drill. We're just having fun. I'm being mean. If I'm too mean, too bad. You literally asked for this. If you want me to bully your Fursona, submit them to the Google form in the description. And please, for the love of it all, read the rules before submitting. Also, like the video and subscribe for more of this weirdo content. Okay, thanks. Now let's get right into the roast. Okay, starting off, we got this little star child whose name is way too close to my dog's name for me to say it out loud. I think she's supposed to be a little alien dog or something. She kind of looks like that line that Steven Universe had to draw to prevent itself from becoming a furry show. Also, if she needed glasses, how in the hell would that even work? Girl's got 3 eyeballs and 2 sets of ears, so that really just complicates the whole situation. And with 3 eyeballs, you would think that she would be able to see that she's got some green boogers sticking out of her forehead. And this next one is a dog with wings. I would always get so irrationally angry when someone would have a fursona or a character that was just a dog with wings and they would be like,
"Oh, it's an angel dog. It's a hybrid dog."
Like, a hybrid with what? A pigeon? Here's a little newsflash. Giving your fursona wings doesn't make it cool. It just makes it frustrating, especially when there's absolutely no way those little wings are gonna carry that thick-ass dog. In his bio, it says Sunny smells like cinnamon, so I guess he better watch out around October because all of the basic pumpkin spice girls are gonna try to set him on fire to make a candle. Next up, we have this Bernese mountain dog that looks like she just really loved Blue's Clues a little too much. I feel like her fur doesn't naturally have all those little blue spots, but she actually paints them on every single day just to seem cool. Oh, and those are definitely contacts. It's actually kind of sad the lengths that this girl would go to just to try and fit in with Bluey. Her bio also says that she's clumsy, and I'm not surprised. I would probably be clumsy too if I was constantly using a blue Sharpie all over my body. And just purely based on this expression, she also seems like one of those, actually people. Moving on, we have an actual alien. Purple eyes and blue skin. That's an alien. And nothing I say about this character applies to this cute little duck friend over here. They're separate. They're their own thing. Don't talk to them. And just so you know, it literally says on the back of a Q-tip box not to use it in your ear. Well, she clearly didn't listen, and now she's facing the consequences. It literally looks like a wad of cotton is stuck inside of her ear canal. And if I didn't know any better, I would also assume she's literally drinking her own piss right now because her drink is the exact shade that her skin is. It's either that or she's just really self-absorbed. Imagine that you could only consume things that are the same color as your skin or your hair. I would literally be stuck eating saltine crackers for the rest of my life. I'm also slightly questioning the placement of that plug in her ear. Maybe if she had it down just a little further, she could get some ventilation through the cotton wad in her ear. On to the next one. Oh my god, a dog car? I genuinely did not know that this was a thing, and I can't tell how I feel about it. He literally looks like a bit of a creep with the expression that he's throwing out, and him being red and green kind of makes me think of like a sickly car accident victim that has just been lost in the forest after crashing into a tree, and now there's just like moss growing all over their dead body. I'm also just trying to imagine what it would feel like to be licked by this guy, because that tongue has a texture that is slightly concerning. For some reason, it's also giving the same vibes as the Pokemon Beheeyem. I don't know how to say it. And no, I will not elaborate on that. This is actually kind of hard for me to hate on much beyond that because I'm a car person and a dog car fursona actually sounds pretty epic. Okay, hi Nathan. There are so many references that you cannot convince me weren't used in the creation of this guy. It's like if there was a gem fusion between Lion from Steven Universe and Alistair from Has Been Hotel, and for some reason they just both really love strawberries. It's also giving the mayor from Zootopia if he were built like Toriel from Undertale. Getting into the actual bio, it does say that he's also part demon, which I think is just also an overused idea when character creating in general, but then he also has the audacity to have little pink hearts all over him. What kind of demon is he really? He He kind of reminds me of Crowley from season 9 specifically of Supernatural. And if you know, you know. Wow, okay, there's gotta be one in each batch, I guess. I'm seriously gonna have to call a doctor because some of these designs make me feel like I just poured the contents of a glow stick all over my eyes. Seriously, I hope these things are predatory animals because she isn't hiding anywhere. Imagine getting eaten because there was literally nowhere you could hide. And on the flip side, she couldn't even hunt down anything else because they would see her coming from a mile away. Her bio says that she's sweet-hearted, and that actually makes a lot of sense. She's a walking Hallmark advertisement for Valentine's Day. If she were actually that sweet, you would think she could tone her color down just a little bit, because she's probably causing at least 13 car accidents on the daily just by stepping out into the sun. And on the opposite end of the color spectrum, we have the kid who watched Full Metal Alchemist one too many times. Seriously though, why do you have eyeballs on your arms? I cannot at all see how that would be beneficial. What if you need glasses? That's not only going to be extremely expensive, how on earth are you going to get those to stay on your arm for all of your weird arm eyes? That's just not practical. On the flip side though, he would probably be great at taking tests, if you know what I mean. I get disoriented enough with just having 2 eyeballs, I couldn't imagine having more than that. Just as a side note, bro looks so sad. Can we get this kid a popsicle or something? Like, geez, smile for once. Okay, I'm confused. He's a tiger bull hybrid, but his name is Mac. So is this the mascot for Red Bull flavored Frosted Flakes? Or Red Bull and Frosted Flakes flavored mac and cheese? I can already hear the catchphrase, "It's so great, it gives you wings." For some reason, he's giving me the vibe that he's supposed to look friendly and chill, but he's actually not. He probably just bites people or rams them with his weirdo horns just because they don't like the same color he does. I don't know what it is, he just seems suspicious. Next up, we got Rue, like the sound a bloodhound makes when it finds something. I know it says she's a skull dog, but for some reason the face looks like it's made of metal, and that reminds me a lot of Aeron the Pokemon. And again, with the wings! But why are they so far down? Does this one fly like slouched over with their butt to the sky? Her bio also says that they want a job as a sleep paralysis demon. As someone who has experienced sleep paralysis so much, I think I would just be confused to see this thing across the room. First off, I wouldn't know which eyeball to focus on since they're 2 very different colors. And then again, I would have to wonder about the wings, because if she was flying around the corner of my room by her ass, I don't think I would be too worried, honestly. She just seems very underqualified, as things still stand for the position of being a sleep paralysis demon, so my message to Rue is to stay in school, study hard, and maybe one day your dream will come true. But might I suggest some contacts and maybe wing replacement surgery? Okay, first off, rude. Second, I have no idea how to pronounce or even decipher your name. Whoever designed this guy literally drank the original Monster Energy one time and made that their entire personality in middle school. It also kind of looks like he has one of those weird fidget bendy worm toys going across his face, and that's kind of silly. If I saw this guy walking around, I would probably capture him while wearing a full hazmat suit and bring him to the nearest science building location, because I would think that one of their lab rats fell into some nuclear waste and then escaped. It also says that he has, and I quote, hypno eyes. Y'all, I feel like I've already made way too many Pokemon references in this video, but now they're literally just writing themselves into the script. Also, he wears his fanny pack across his chest the same way that my husband does, and that's just weirdo guy behavior in general. Next up, we got Randall from Monsters, Inc. I'm just kidding. They're obviously not a lizard, but they are a bit of a freak, because why does it look like they played with green slime for the first time and they just smeared it all over themselves? Slime is not always easy to remove from fur, so I can understand if he decided to just embrace it. I'm sorry, but I also just spent way too long looking at their hand to see why it looked so weird, until I realized that there are 6 fingers. And then I realized after that it literally says there are 6 fingers. That's more of a self-roast. I'm just embarrassed it took me so long to figure out what was going on, and it was literally right in front of my face. Anyway, he also looks like that one kid in school who would literally just sit there and gnaw on their clothes all day. Literally, I knew someone like this in school that would just chew on the strings of their hoodies until they looked just like that, so that's definitely what's going on here. Also, why are you wearing shorts and a hoodie? Make up your damn mind, are you cold or not? Okay, this guy literally is just a video game character. I swear I've seen this somewhere before, and I'm sure there are so many parallels I could draw, but they're just not coming to me at the moment. The number one thing that comes to mind when looking at this design is, why do they have 4 ears? 2 sets of 2 on either side of their head? That just makes me question even more what the otter hybrid is with. An axolotl? Also, bro is just walking around with a bamboo flask? No wonder they look so happy. They're just always riding a constant buzz. You can't tell me you haven't seen this face at the bar before. As much as I usually hate on hybrids, I think I just mostly want to know genuinely what this one is made up of. Seriously, I'm not gonna be able to escape the Pokemon references today, am I? This is just a Pokemon. Like they stole that little seashell from Oshawott tummy. Honestly, I just have no idea what I'm looking at here. It looks like a kid took a bunch of different body parts from various Pokemon and just mashed them together and created this thing, but then they also cut off one of its legs for some reason. Now that I bring attention to that, this balance doesn't make any sense at all. Do you really expect me to believe that this tiny little skinny twig leg is holding up the rest of this guy all by itself? No. For once, the lack of wings is upsetting because that's the only way I feel like this would make sense, other than them literally just having crutches. And again, what is this color palette? 2 different shades of blue, 2 different shades of tan, and then they just throw in the brightest yellow that they can find for good measure. Maxi 3? More like Maxi too much going on. Okay, I promise I did not intend for this to end up this way, but these 2 are going to be a huge pass for me. There is literally nothing bad I can say about them. The first one's name is Popcorn, and the second is Apollo. I would literally die for these 2. They're just so cute. The only thing I guess I could say about these 2 is that they fit their theme very well with what they're intended to be. The color palettes are very traditional for their species, and I mean, some could say that that's a bit bland, maybe. But that's better than another neon sign Fursona that is slowly causing permanent damage to my retinas. Both of these 2 definitely look very mischievous, and I think they could actually make a cute little sidekick team, because let's be honest, they definitely don't give off main character energy. More like they could stand in for some good comedic relief during the filler episodes. And that wraps up this Fursona roast video. Thank you all again so much for all of the support that I've been getting with these videos. As of the time of recording this, I'm like 8 subscribers away from 1,000, and that's literally crazy to me, so thank you all who have been enjoying my content so far. I'm in a bit of an experimentation period where I'm trying to see what kind of videos I would like to make that you guys would also actually enjoy. So if you have any suggestions, please comment those down below. And with that, get on with your life and have fun.